Hello there, how's it going? Thanks for joining in again. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up the countdown. All right, so let's jump into day 10. Thanks everybody for watching. So I'm doing Advent of Code again. I'm on day 10, because it's day 10. Happy New Year. Okay. Happy New Advent of Code Challenge. All right, the stars align. It's no use. Your navigation system simply isn't capable of providing walking directions in the Arctic Circle, and certainly not in 1018. Well, maybe it's the Happy New Year in 1018. The elves suggest an alternative. In times like these, North Pole rescue operations will arrange points of lights in the sky to guide missing elves back to base. Fancy. Unfortunately, the message is easy to miss. The points move slowly enough that it takes hours to align them, but have so much momentum that they don't stay aligned for a second. If you blink at the wrong time, it might be hours before another message. Hi, Eric. Your story is so cute. So Eric, who just joined, he's making these great quizzes. Thanks for watching. You can see these points of light floating in the distance and record their position in the sky and their velocity. The relative change in position per second. Okay, so that's our input. So we get position and the velocity and the change in position per second. Okay, change position per second, that is the velocity. So I guess we're told where they're moving coordinate-wise. The coordinates are given from your perspective. Great, we're at the center. Given enough time, those positions and velocities will move the points into a cohesive message. Okay. Rather than wait, you decide to fast forward the process and calculate what the points will eventually spell. Just some guy. Yeah, thank you so much for making the puzzles. For example, suppose you note the following points. Okay, so here's some test input, which is actually kind of long. Each line represents 1 point. Positions are given as x-y pairs. X is the x-axis and y is the y-axis up down. Oh yeah, we're totally enjoying them. This one looks hard though today. All right, at 0 seconds, each point has the position given. Each second, each point's velocity is added to its position. So a point with velocity 1 minus 2 is moving to the right upward twice as quickly. Okay, so let me write that down. So the first one, plus x is to the right, and a plus y is down. Is that right, that y goes down? Okay, up is negative, plus is down. So it's opposite for y, what I would expect from like a math coordinate system. That's fine. Okay. The point's initial position was 3, 9. After 3 seconds, it's going 3 to the right, and it's going 6 down. So it's going from 6 up, so it's going from 9 to 3. Okay. Okay, so initially, after second, oh, high puzzle input. Yeah, I bet it's a full-time, year-long job to get all these inputs. Oh, so cool. Hi. Oh, okay, and if we missed a 3rd second, then we can't read it anymore. Okay. Oh, okay. It would be much easier if they just stick like that and then you could stop once you get the same output twice. Okay. Okay, my message will be longer. Ooh, okay, this sounds like fun. All right, get your puzzle input. And I think I want to start with the test input though. This is going to be fun. Eric, no spoilers, please. All right, there's the test input. Okay, so I think, what do we want to do here? So the test input, every line looks like this, position and velocity. And if we have the positions, I'm kind of assuming things do not move farther out than where they are right now. No spoilers. Not even car spoilers. Okay. So I think once I have the initial positions, I can find the size of the board. And then I'll keep adding the velocity to it. Oh, and while I move the points around, I see if they move outside of my board. Okay. Okay, so I have a line that split, and I want to split at open parentheses. Can I split on two things at once? So if I have this string, yeah, I don't want to do regexes. I'm just gonna split the thing until I can't split it anymore. Ooh, I guess I could do named capture groups. Okay, I'll do named capture groups, but I want to see if I split something. Yeah, that does what I thought it would, but can I split by two things? Okay, that didn't work so well. All right, so we don't want to split this. We want to say line.match, and we're looking for not a string, a regular expression. We want this, and then we want a few letters. Oh, I can smoosh map a series of split. I think we're not allowed to say smoosh for like various reasons. It's okay with the Twitch guidelines, but not with the V8 compiler guidelines. Okay, but I can do a series of splits. Let's see that. So if we do line.split opening, and then we split by closing, and then line.split returns an array. So we would have to, no, I'm just giving up. I'm just doing named capture groups. Swoosh, okay. Okay, so not splitting, but we're matching a number of inputs, comma, and another number of inputs, and then we're closing this, and then we have something, and we're opening again. let's assign this to match. 10 already. Oh, that worked so great. Okay. Line.match. Do I have to escape those? Why are they all null? Looks good. Okay. Because I'm not allowing any spaces, maybe one. Okay, so now I have all of them. Comma, maybe a space, and then second group is a bunch of numbers. No, don't give it away. Oh, this is how to do the double split. Oh, minus signs. Yeah. Wait, are minus signs not part of the number? Ooh, I think I have to go with the split. So otherwise I have to keep track of that. Yeah, let's see if that's already in node 10. Otherwise, I can switch to node 11. Okay, so city point is saying line.split. Dot flat map x goes to x dot split. No, we don't have flat map. Line dot split is an array. Oh, flat mat. Okay, thank you. Flat map. Nope, doesn't like that either. Okay, I have to settle on one solution. And I think I'm just gonna this to this, so I don't want to write this twice, so I'm going to split this first into position and velocity, and then I can work on it. So position is position equals followed by stuff, velocity equals followed by stuff, and I think I could even cut out the rest. Okay. Okay, so I always get those out nicely. Let's get rid of those as well. No, I'm not. No, we're done with flat map. We are doing a regex now. You ask for a regex and you get a regex. Okay, so we get one group, second group. So this group here is, how do I do named capture groups? Question mark. So this is position. Yep. And this is velocity. No, who remembers how to do named capture groups? Otherwise I have to look it up again. Oh, did it need any backslashes? No, okay. Let's look those up because they're fun. JavaScript named capture groups, and I looked those up before. Well, you don't use named capture groups because we didn't have them before, right? Okay, Stack Overflow, I'm very disappointed that you're not giving me a copy and paste solution. Guess I have to even click on a link now. Oh, they need to be inside the parentheses. Okay. So this needs to be here. Yep. And then I have to do m.groups.pause. Yep, that looks good. And we also want the velocity. Okay, and I have minus signs and everything. And now that I have that, I want to say, how do I call those variables? Okay. Oh, Perl user. Okay. Hey, FC Node, let me just finish reading and parsing the coordinates, and then we'll talk about how I learned to code. Actually, learning to code kind of looked like this, just getting a practice problem and starting with it. Trying it, have friends and then later coworkers look at my code for code reviews, reading books and articles, watching videos, but most of it was just working through sample problems and then real problems. Looking at other people's code, trying to see what's going on, and if it's a huge project, I would make locally just a small change and see if that has the results that I thought the code would have. So I always had some sort of hypothesis what the code does, and then I would test it by making some changes or running a certain input. Okay, so we have position and velocity. So I have let x equals, I'm going to use x and y is this dot split at the comma, and then I want to turn those into number. X, y, yep. And then I'm doing change in x, change in y, dx dy is m. Whoa, this could have gone wrong. So the position is x and y, and the velocity is dx dy. Yep. Okay, yeah, Advent of Code has tons of really great examples. Yeah, it also depends on how much time you have. I think if you have a lot of time and a lot of stamina, even as a beginner, you can do the harder problems. They just take way longer than an hour, and you might get really frustrated. And you have to work in sort of really tiny steps to make sure everything works right. Okay. Let parse input line, it takes a line, is a function that takes a line. I'm just going to move this out, and it returns x, y, dx, dy. Oh, code formatting is so nice. And then here we want to say let x, y, dx, dy equals parse an input line of line. Oh yeah, there's also a really nice Reddit community. Hola, Infamed, where are you joining us from? I actually quite like the problems on LeetCode. They have a section of simple or easy, like they have them sorted by difficulty, and the easy ones are actually pretty easy if you're not doing them under time pressure. Oh yeah, I've heard of JavaScript 30 before too. Yeah, but I don't think that's beginner, is it? This is more like do somewhat bigger projects. Okay. So I think now that we read the numbers, I want to find the dimension of the board. So let do I need to find the dimension of the board? I think that'll make it easier if I have a fixed grid. Let max x, let min x, let max y, let min y, and I want the minimum to be numbered at max, and the max to be numbered at min. If x is bigger than the maximum we found so far, then the maximum is x. If x is smaller than the minimum, then minimum is x. Oh. If y is less than minimum of y, then the new minimum is y. And if y is greater than max y, then maximum is y. And I want to do max before mince. Okay. Board goes from min x to max x left to right. And from minimum y to maximum y. Now is this from top to bottom? From minimum top to bottom. from -6 to 15 and from -4 to 11. Okay, let's write this down. From -6 to 15 and from -4 to 11. So I noticed one of the days it was incredibly hard to go back between coding and the sample solution. It was the one where you had to find a sequence of letters. So now I'm cheating a little bit and have a small notepad here where I write down some of the solutions so I can compare it easier. Okay, so this one from -6 to 15, from -4 to 11. I guess so. -4 to 11, that means 15 on the y-axis, and -6 to 15 means 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, or maybe 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, okay. Like, you used a notepad, like an actual paper notepad, or like editor notepad? Okay, and I still need to figure out this up and down. How far up is negative and down is positive. Okay, yeah, so it goes from -4 to 11 up and down. That looks not too bad, I would say. Oh, I was gonna commit print initial board, but we're not there yet. Okay. So let's extract that into a function. Find board dimensions is a function, and it takes, I'm going to say, inputs, and it is running this. And it is returning min x, max x, min y, max y. Of inputs, and actually I'm just gonna call this board dimensions. Okay, so now we know how big the board is. So, oh yeah, time zones. Thanks for joining in, Robin. See you tomorrow. Good night. Okay, now that we have the board, we want to draw the board. And how do we do this? Let x diff is max x minus min x. Let y diff equals max y minus min y. Now, if the board has 1 at position 0 and 0, so I think I have to do it like this. Let board be an array. Let's hope it fits. Ooh, Scholar, fun. Okay. So we have a board and I'm going the X rows from left to right. So this is a board, so we need array of Y_def, and we want to fill it with empty arrays. So board does length is Y. Okay. Now we're going through the inputs again. So for every input, and really right now, we just need X and Y. Board of X and board of Y. Oh, this doesn't quite work because it's not from my perspective. Is equal to this. Call those X lengths and Y lengths. Let X_diff equals min of X. Let Y_diff equal min of Y. So I think I want to shift those a little bit. If X is negative and I'm adding a negative number, it gets even smaller. So let's subtract those. So that if X is negative, I'm shifting everything to the positive one. Okay. And now I want to do for let rows of board. No, I want to set for let I equals 0, I is less than board.length I plus plus. I want to initialize the board, so I'm setting board of I is array of length X_diff, and I'm filling it with dots. Wait, what was the example? Oh, sorry, I didn't switch back. Sorry about that. Okay, so things are telling me, so those are dots. So let's switch back to code. Okay, how much did you miss? Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm back on the code. And I'm setting up this board. I'm filling it with dots, and then for every point in the input, I'm setting the board to this. So let's see. Yeah, that did not work. Array is not defined in line 54. Well, because I want a array. Capital A. X_diff is not defined because it really should be X length. Cannot set property 14 of undefined in line 59. Okay, so x minus minimum of x. I should double check my x and y's. Cannot set property 1 of undefined. We print the board at all. Yep. Oh, interesting. Starting the puzzle every day at a different time. That would make it really hard though to stream consistently or work through them consistently. But yeah, that would be a lot more fair. Oh yeah, and of course Eric has to actually start those. Okay. Okay, print board is a function that takes a board. So for every row, we want to console that log board of I that join. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I'm just trying to set the board. So I have a bunch of arrays. Wide length. So I have this many empty arrays, and then for everyone in there, creating an array with dots. Let row equals this, console that log row that join. And then board of I is equal to that row. Okay, so that works. Print board of board doesn't work because the length isn't spelled like this. Okay. Print empty board. Yeah. Oh yeah, undefined is always great, especially when undefined is just a typo for length. Okay. Folks, don't care about the leaderboard. Oh, thank you, Current Spolia. You already told me that I mistyped it. Okay, I didn't see that. Didn't see that with all the talk about being the fastest. It's not about coding fast. It's about writing readable code without typos and input that length. All right, so we can print the empty board. Now, how many times can you reprint it? Does it fail the very first time? Okay, no, it runs a few times. It's not too bad. Oh, it runs until we're outside of it. Okay, this is not too bad. So for every line of input, I'm adding those, but one of them is undefined. Cannot set property one of undefined. Console.log x-minx. Oh, I don't want to set minx. I want to the x. No, why do I even have these variables? I don't need them. And I want to see what is x minus min x. Okay, cannot set property 1 of 16. It's probably a +1 problem. Exactly, it's about how to use named capture groups. So maybe after Christmas, I actually know how to use them without looking it up. Yeah, right, 50 people. Eric, how many people have done it now? How many did get 1 star this year? Last time we checked, it was like 66,000. Just like more people than my hometown. Okay, should I make the board just 1 bigger? That should do it. It doesn't matter if I have 1 empty row, right? Cannot set property 4 of undefined. How did I get to 21? Okay, this board is getting seriously too big. The board dimensions. Why is 24 not a thing? I less than boarded length. Oh wow, 65,000 people. Yeah, that's really big. Oh, they're missing out on all the elf fun. Okay, so I have a board and I can set 4 of 21. 21 should not be, no, 21 could be the last value here because I'm going from -6 to 15. So I'm doing x minus min x minus 10 minus -6 is 16, and then they say cannot set this property. But if I set the x length like 5 larger than that, why does it not work? Okay, let's print this board. How big is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then the other 5 probably. Oh, do I have X and Y? Confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think there's something wrong with my X and Y. Min X, max X, min Y, max Y. X length, Y length, max X. I'm filling everyone. Oh my gosh. Totally, that would be so good. They'd have to go back and read it all. Okay. Okay, what is wrong here? Board of the first value is X. I think I'm doing this wrong. I think this should be Y length. And that should be the X length. So let's do 2 by 10. Okay, 2x's by 10. That's exactly the wrong one. Yeah, 2 by 5 or whatever. So that looks right. X minus min X. Yep, so it's 2x's by this. Oh, I know what I did wrong. This needs to go the other way. Yay, okay. Printing didn't quite work. Okay, so this is what I printed. And let's see if that kind of looks like that. One, another one, and then 3. One, another one, and then 3. Yep. I would say that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm done with the printing part. You just said printing the final image was hard. You mean like knowing when to stop or the final one to print? Print initial board commit. Yes. Okay. Oh, you would get the top of the letters cut off. Okay. Yeah, I hope that that doesn't happen. Sounds like another annoying +1 one-off bug. Okay. So we don't need to print the empty board. So this one here is initialize board. And that takes a board and inputs. And does it take board and input? Yeah, it takes the inputs. Oh, it takes all these other numbers. Let's leave it out for now. Guess we could put this one somewhere. So we have all these inputs, and now we want to move every point. So maybe the board, instead of just the points, could also have the movement. Oh no, because that then changes depending on where things have moved to. Also, what do I do if two inputs hit the same point? Do I need to keep them? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, upside down. That sounds about right. Okay, so I have my points on the board, and I think that's not enough. I think I need to have, with every point, I also need to have its velocity. So every point gets a pair of two things, where the second thing is a list of velocities in case there's more than one point at that position, because I think the stars could be overlapping and then move out again. Okay. So I'm not only putting this, I do made dx dy, so I'm putting the pair dx dy, and there could be multiple ones. I think nobody's overlapping on the first one. Let's just assume that, so I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so now that we have the initial board, yep, still printing, except now it's printing weird stuff. So let me change the print function here. Board.i.map for every input array. I want the first one. Yep, okay. Add velocities to the board. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so now we want to tick the board. And then we want to print that. So tick board. Tick takes a board. And it works on this board. So this is the meat part here. So for let I is less than board.length, okay. For let j equals 0, j is less than board.length. Okay, we're going through the board. If board of ij, if it's not equal to a dot, so we found a star. Now we have to move the star. What's pi pi? Okay. Oh, okay, just another compiler. Okay, but same syntax and everything, not like a different set of libraries. Okay. Velocities equals board of ij, second entry, board of ij I need to set this to a dot again, but I need to do this further down, otherwise we can't read the velocities. For that, velocities. Oh, I know, I'm not going to do this in place or it will mess stuff up. I need to create a new board. So let's do this. Let new board equals board dot length, board of some row dot length. We're setting the new board. We don't need this print line. So we said, no, we never set this to nothing. Everything is already set to nothing, so we don't need. For let velocity of velocity, so for dx dy, new board of, we take the initial value plus dx, we take the initial value plus dy is equal to, now the letter is here, and we want dx dy, but we actually need whatever we had here. For the empty array, and sorry, so all of this, comma, the new array. I might be messing this up. Okay, did I look at the input data? The real one? No, not yet, just a test for now. Is there anything special about it? Should I be worried? Are you saying that this is maybe too big for my board? Yeah, just give it a name. Okay, yes, I'm gonna give it a name. Okay. So for every velocity that I have, I want to set let old velocities equal this, gives me the board, and I want the first one from it, and if I don't have, I take an empty map. Oh, this is going to fail if I don't have that entry, right? Oh, but I always have this entry. And then new board is the old velocities, comma, and I'm adding another one to this list. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. And then I want to return the new board. Okay, yeah, I should have just given it a name. So then I can do this. All right, how much is this going to fail? Yep, it is going to fail. In line 54, x length is not defined. The x length is this one here. Okay. Cannot read -2 of undefined. So Oh, I'm printing way too many things here. Let's not print this row. So I'm printing this once, and then cannot read -2 of undefined. What did I do wrong here? Taking the length of the board, and then for all the lengths, I'm putting the other length in there. I always have length and no weird letters. Cannot read -2 of undefined and 64. -2 of undefined. After one tick, they're not getting bigger than the board. So what is wrong here? How can you handle it if the solution requires millions of ticks? Well, if I can handle the board in memory and I can handle one tick, I'll just stick around longer for a million of them. I only keep the board in the new board and not all million ticks. So I think that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm just trying to get this basic case right with one single tick. No premature optimizations. Okay, so cannot read -2 of undefined, so I'm assuming this is -2. Do I have a print anywhere here that I can reuse? Let's use this one. So console log I plus dx 14 plus 2. Oh, good question. Is my board yx or xy? So it is, I thought it is xy. No, it's yx. Okay. Is that right? It's yx because the first one gives me the row and then the second one how far to the right. Okay, thanks for the reminder, Eric. So the new board is dyj plus dx. Oh, great copy and pasted code everywhere. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, I was able to do one tick. Neat. Let's see if this looks anything like the input. Okay, so I have this like glob a little bit down here. Let's check. After 1 second. Yes, it has the same glob. How many seconds? After 3 seconds. Okay, so let's run it for 3 seconds, see if we can say hi. Now I need this larger, but I don't need the terminal. Okay, so 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks. Yes. Okay, so did the other one also have that weird high at the bottom? I want to say, oh, so this has 3. What does mine look like? Ooh, so I'm losing a few here. Why am I losing them? Do you see what I mean when I say I'm losing them? Okay, I was gonna say my solution is not too bad, but it's probably bad at the end. Like, it's going to cause bigger problems with the whole set. Yeah, it must be with like overlapping points. It's also trimming the top of the leathers. Oh, you mean everything's shifting to the top? 1, 2, 3, 4 on top of that. Whereas mine has maybe just a terminal issue. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's okay. You might have better luck tracking the points and generating a board from them than keeping the points stored in a board like this. Oh, Eric, are you saying it's going to be too big? Well, this is actually very easy to find out. Let's see how badly this runs. It's not failing yet. Okay. All right, I can't store them in a board. Bummer. JavaScript out of memory. Okay. So almost printing correctly, some missing. So let's start over basically. Okay, yeah, because that board would just be way too big. Oh, my lovely board function here. Okay, I still need the, well, maybe I don't need the board dimensions. Oh, so I have a list of points and at every step I update the points. How do I print them though if I can't put them on a board? How would I print a list of points without a board? Yeah, I guess I can go through them and find all the first ones and so on. So let me do the board printing first, and instead of a board, what should board take? It should take, okay, so I'm thinking I have this list, and after every tick I'm creating the board dimensions from this tick, which should be getting smaller and smaller. And also at every step I want to print a board, but this board now takes inputs and not a board. And I think it needs also the X and Y sizes. And how do I know how far off 0 is? I mean, I guess I could just, no, I need to keep these like plus and minus zeros. Okay, so a print board should do something else. Let's not do tick at all, so I have the inputs, and I get those, and I get let size equals min x minus max x. Let's do it the other way. Min x and max y minus min y. So size. If my solution took more than 4 hours, should I retire and become a monk? Like a marble playing monk? I think that's fine. These puzzles are tricky, and wait, are you saying it ran for 4 hours or it took you 4 hours? Asking for a friend, of course. Friend. Okay. So I have these dimensions, and I want to say if the size goes down, if the size goes up again, then I know that I went too far. Okay, so I'm not filling a board, but for every input, I want to tick the points now. So I have x, y, and I want to make a new dx, dy. So let new inputs is an empty list. And I want to say new inputs that push. I just have to do one thing real quick. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. So thanks for saving me for not running down the board thing. Oh no, eval condition n +2. Yeah, okay, I'm back, sorry about that. Alright, so new input stat push, and I'm pushing. Push is a function, but I'm pushing an array of x and y, dx, dy, but I'm really pushing dx plus x and dy plus x. Okay, so I have this new list, and I want to get board dimensions of the new board. Do I want the board dimensions? I don't think I need the dimensions, I just need the size of it. So really I could be returning that. So board dimensions should just return the size. Okay, max minus min max and max y minus min y looks good. So let's size equals this. I don't need these. I'm taking the new inputs and I'm getting the new size equal board dimension of the new inputs. Now I see something here. I'm always doing parse input line. So I don't want to do that here. I'm gonna do this here. And more specifically, I'll do let new input and then I'll do input puts new input. Time to get more memory. Yeah, right, that's gonna be the solution. No, I don't need to have the board. I can print that later line by line. I just need to update my my dots right now. So I have a new input and then 4 let lines of inputs. I want to pass the input and I want to new input that push the passed input. And let's just check. Pass input takes a line and it returns that array. That looks good. Might not need a tick function. Okay. Line. Advent of malloc. Oh, I love it. Okay, well, at least I'm not printing out all the solutions on a piece of paper. I have a MacBook. It might be really hard to get another motherboard for it without getting a whole new machine. Okay, so for every line, I'm parsing them, I'm putting them into new input, and then I'm calculating the size of new inputs. I need to decide if I want an S or not. For every line of input, then I'm computing the size, and then I don't need that one the previous old one anymore. Actually, I could do that right here. And then I reset that one. Okay, and then for every line in the inputs, I'm parsing it again. And I am pushing that. So why am I doing that so weirdly? And I just wrote exactly the same code. Okay. So, but for every line I do that. And I want the board dimensions. So let size equal number that max size, while size is bigger than new size. So as long as we are shrinking, if the size is smaller than the new size, then we did something wrong. For every line, I'm pushing those in the new line. I'm resetting those too early, I think. So ooh, my heater is talking to me. Let new size equal to 0. Max is bigger than 0. That works. 500 gigabyte. Yeah, okay. Okay, so size is bigger than new size. I'm pushing those. I'm calculating new size again. And inputs is new inputs. I wonder if this is one step too early. And then I want to print new inputs. So inputs is new inputs, going through that, and I'm making a new size. And then I update them. And now I just need to print this. And how do I print that? So I want to print, oh yeah, let's see if that still runs. No, it doesn't. Bummer. Numbers is not defined in line 56. number, max safe integer. New input is not defined in 62 because new inputs. X is not defined in line 24. So I have all these dimensions and have all these, and then for every line of input, let X and Y equal line of equal line. Line that matches not a function in 12. Pass input on a line. Okay, so apparently too much copy and paste errors. Okay, I'm starting with the inputs. And then for every line in the inputs, I want to parse the input, which the first time around is words, but then the second time around it's not words anymore. I got confused with the... Okay. So this should be... Okay, so for every line I want new inputs that push, and I'm pushing parsed lines. And then here for every line, I don't want to parse them, I just want to move them. How did I lose that code? I want to move them. Well, that was silly. So then for every array of inputs, let new star equals an array I feel like I'm a bit lost. This is the board dimensions, this is parse line. Why did I delete that code? Okay, so X and Y is the first two of X and Y, dx dy, and then the new star is X plus dx, Y plus dy, and the velocity doesn't change. And I'm doing new inputs that push that new star. Okay. And something forward from here to here. How long am I doing it? Y size is bigger than new size. What I equals 5, and then I greater 0 and I going down. Okay, so let's just run this 5 times. Board goes from -4 to 13 and from -2 to 9. Something seems wrong here because I get different numbers the first time. So it's shrinking 0 to 9. Oh, and then it went bigger again. Oh, but it never finished. It was in an endless loop. So I think I have my size wrong. I want to fix that first. New size is board dimensions, and board dimensions is max times minimum. Oh, am I never setting the new size to the old size? All right. So I'm resetting the inputs, and I have to say size is equal to new size. What's up, gang? Well, we are printing boards, but only one of size 187. New size is 0. Size is... what's wrong here? Chris, I could need your debugging skills here. No! In a shared live coding session. Okay. Taking every size. And size is bigger than new size. So inputs size is equal to new size. What even? Oh, now I'm setting new size to 0. Okay, yeah, that looks about right, these 5 steps. So let's get rid of this helper variable again. It is terminating, and just for fun, let's make sure we don't get another wild out of memory thing. Yay, okay, so this terminates, so the only thing we have to do now is print the board. So we want to print the boards of these inputs. And I think I need to, do I need to find the dimensions for the board so I know how long I'm printing? Yeah, I think I want the min and max again. So printing the board, now I have the min and the max. And now I want every star in the first row, the second row. Oh, can I just print every... No, I don't have rows, okay. So I basically need to sort the stars into rows, but I can't keep them all into memory, so I want to print every single array right away. So let row equal an array, and I'm filling that array with dots, and it's an array of size row from left to right, so max max minus min x. And now I'm searching through all the inputs. For let I equal, I'm in the first row. Okay, yeah, I want to search for all of them. I less than max y minus min y, I plus plus. Can I sort them by y values? Do I need to sort them? I guess I could sort them. Okay, so I have all these points and I want to print, first I want to print all of those where the y is equal to 0. So I feel like I should sort them the other way around. Let reverse points equal a new map. And I'm going through my input here. And the map looks like for every y, I have all the x values. Because then I can go through each one of them and print them. So for every line, I want to say reverse points that, and I am setting let x, y equal line. I'm setting y to reverse points that get y or a new set. That add y to it. I guess this is not an array, but a set of y's. And once I have that, I want reverse points that I want all the keys. So let all the y's is equal to this. Y's dot sort where a comma b goes to a minus b. Just making sure I'm sorting the numbers correctly. And I want to go back to the test input. Oh, I was on the test input, never mind. No. Going back to the test input. So I have all the keys sorted for let y of y's. So for every y, let x's equals reverse points that get them, x's dot sort, and then I want to do for let I equals 0, I is less than x's of x's dot length minus 1. So I'm going through all of them, and row no, where's my row? That row is the empty string. So as I get through them, if x's of I if exists has an I, row plus equals, we have it, else row plus equals, we don't have a star here. And then we want to print the row. And then we're starting over. Okay, let's have a look at this. So first we get the min and the max. At this point I'm not sure why I needed those. So I think we don't need them. We make a map of reverse points, and for every line we set the y value to the set of x's. So we're setting the x values. And then we're taking all the y values, so all the keys, and we sort them. And then for every y of the y's, we have an empty row, and we take all the points, we sort the points, even though I don't think we need to sort the points. And if the points have an I, we print this, otherwise we print this. Okay, we're not really printing all that much. It's printing a bunch of empty rows. Okay. What happened here? Console log, print board. So don't need these. Okay, so all the rows are empty. Does plus equal not work on the string? Okay, anybody have an idea what's missing here? Okay, so I have a bunch of y's. That's not too bad. And I have a bunch of x's. Okay, row is an empty string. Oh, I cannot do the length, the last one in the rows of x's. I have to change this as less than math.max of the x's. Ew, and I'm only looking at the positive ones, so that's a bit of a problem. Okay. So how are we dealing with negative numbers? For I equals, I guess I could just do math.min. Except now everything is shifted a bunch. Yeah, this does not spell out high. Shoot. How do I get this adjusted? I think I'm just taking the overall max and min. Let max equal number that smallest number, and let the minimum number that the biggest number. And then for every y if math.min of access is less than the minimum, then set the minimum. And if the maximum is bigger, then set the maximum. And so now that we have min and max, min and max -2 to 10, that sounds about right. So now for every y is from min to the maximum. Okay. This is not really a good message. Let's print the first board. Okay, printing something. We're not really printing anything good. Okay, we have the board dimensions. And then we say print board. So let's print the board a little more often. Let's print it in every loop. Okay, what does the first board look like? Is this kind of the board that we're looking at? Yep, and then they go more into a blob here. I'm gonna put the original solution next to it, but I think you can see it. Sorry about that. I probably have a stupid one-off error, so I need to see this a bit better. Okay, yeah, I was losing my first row of inputs. That's something good to know. Where's my first row of inputs? And then the last line looks good, and I'm also losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm losing the first row, so I'm losing the top and I'm losing the right one. I have the left one, but I'm losing the top and the right one. And then the next one, I have these two. And there's 3, so something's off. So let's fix the top and the right ones first. Why am I losing the top input? If I'm losing the top input, let's say, why am I losing the rightmost input? That is for x being larger. That is because when I'm printing the board, I'm leaving out the last number, because I'm saying for I equals the minimum less than or equal to the maximum. So I want to print those, but why is the top row missing? So where am I doing the dimensions? I have the min and max of the inputs. And so this one should have helped with the last row. Okay, so I know other people had that problem too, where stuff was cut off. What were your problems and what fixed it? Okay, so I'm starting with the right image and has the rightmost row. Okay. Oh, maybe if I have the rightmost row, that already helps me. 2, 2, 3, 1. Oh, we have high now. Okay, never mind. This looks pretty good. Yeah, I had exactly the equal instead of the less than or equal. So I can see hi. Hello, hi. Well, it's a bit hard to see, but I can kind of see it, and then I'm printing it once more. So let's not print this all the time. And instead of printing the new input, I should probably print the input, because the new input is already one glimpse too late. Okay, so git commit -am seems to print. Okay, I think I'm ready for the real solution. Yeah, because no, this is not a JavaScript problem. Oh, yeah, this is in JavaScript, but the one too big was not a JavaScript problem. So this is Node.js 10, which means it has most of the very modern JavaScript features in it. And I'm solving Advent of Code, which is a really nice puzzle by Eric Wastel, who's also here in the chat, and there's some 60,000 people doing it this December. I should... Oh my gosh, okay, I have a solution. What does this spell out like? PLBPGFRR. Is that right? PLBFGFRR. It's a P, it's an L, it's a B. Oh god, I can't read. PLBPGFRR. PLBPGFRR. Fourth P. Wait, where do you see another P? Oh, I just corrected that, right? PLBPGFRR. Okay, are you folks ready for the final solution? So here's the big test. Input. Yes, okay, that was correct. Thank you for watching. I think I want to do part 2, right? Karens, how late is it for you now? Is it like 6 a.m.? You should get some sleep. Wait, part 2 is harder than part 1? I already spent 2 hours on part 1. How am I supposed to do part 2? I hope you're joking. Don't call me late for dinner. Okay. Oh, 6:20. Oh, so you're off from other time zones by an hour and a half? Okay. All right. Part 2, here we come. No, I have to go to the browser, can't click on the stream. Okay, we have 1 gold star. Good thing you didn't have to wait, because that would have taken a long time, much longer than the 3 seconds in the example above. Okay, how many seconds would they have needed? Oh, so were you folks joking? Because that's easy to do, right? I don't know. I have to say, okay. Okay, I think you're completely trolling me, right? My brain is a little fried after talking to you for 2 hours, but I think this is easy. Somebody help me? Tired, so I made it extra hard. Okay, don't leave yet. I think I can solve this. So first of all, let us remove a little more of this debug output. Otherwise, everything's just... Do I need to print these rows? No. Just want to print the final board. And I don't need to print the new size either. Debugging by printing is always the best way. Okay. let I equal 0. Oh, I had this in my code earlier when I was debugging stuff. Console.log I. Let's just see if there's a +1 error. So I'm starting with 0 and I'm iterating at least 1 second. So I want to say that is 1 too many. So I have the inputs where I'm pausing the line and I'm iterating once. So now I'm at 1 and now I'm pausing them again. Uh, 50, so you're saying everybody else took 1 minute? I don't get that. Okay. Well, why don't we just do that? Okay, is that right? I'm doing a tick per second. Ooh, I don't think that's right. No, that's not the right answer. Okay, what was I doing wrong here? Let's use the test input to figure out the ±1 errors. Okay, so I'm getting a 4 for the test input, but I believe the test input was, well, after 3 seconds, so I have to, yeah, okay. Let's just subtract 1. Let's use the real input again, and let's start with -1. Okay. So is it this easy, or did I completely misread it? Let's wait 7 seconds. Okay, 7 seconds over. Oh my gosh, okay. Woohoo! All right, yeah, I figured he's trolling me because I have the right solution now. Okay, let's see. Yes, I want to share this on Twitter. I just completed the stars align with lots of help on Twitch. Thanks. Oh, I can. Eric, what is your handle? Do you want to be mentioned here? Should I mention you, Eric? I think it's just spelled like this, right? Eric Westall. Did I get it right? Eric Westall. I did. That was fun. Thanks everybody for listening. And oh yeah, this is so buggy. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I need to clean up the code just a little bit if anybody wants to stick around for that. So let's format it. Git status, git commit, day 10, part 1 and 2, except I want to printable. Why isn't it printing the inputs anymore? Why is it just logging I? I don't get that. Oh, because I left everything out of board. Okay. Did nobody say anything? Yeah, okay. So git amend, and we can push this already. Okay, I'm really glad I started it though, and don't call me late for dinner. That was kind of mean. I almost did not try it and I would have lost a whole star. Oh, by the way, what's the cute picture now? Turn to your calendar. Ooh, we have a red seed on the sledge now. Nice. Okay, what should I be cleaning up in the code though? So I can take out parse input is pretty good, I would say. So regex with the name capture groups. Then I was getting the board dimensions. Am I using that anywhere? Oh yeah, board dimensions is like the size of the board, which I don't write out as a board. And I'm going through all the inputs, finding the min and the max for x and y. Well, there were some problems where the second part actually was really hard. Oh yeah, on Friday, the second part killed me. I could not finish it before dinner, so I like left in the middle of the stream. Okay, we don't need these two, and we can just return this. And then when I'm printing the board, so here I have a set of x's. Should I have to? No, this is the right way around because I'm sorting for the y's. I'm glad I didn't have it the other way, because then I would have needed to turn my laptop to read the solution. And then I'm taking the keys and I'm sorting them. And then I'm finding min and max again. Done this comment, and then for every y, I'm getting the xs's. I'm only using this once, but this is easier to read because I have x's here. And I add those, and I'm printing this. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Some cleanup. All right, so we're done for today. I thought I could stream tomorrow morning, but I actually have some stuff to do, so I'll see you around the same time tomorrow again, probably a bit earlier though. All right, thank you.